Hey, hey, it's Berta J, and you're back in my kitchen with me today for the last of the series on holiday sides. And I thought I would end with something sweet. And that's what we're going to do today, is something sweet. It's apple crisp. I got this recipe. It was adapted from a recipe in the Forks Over Knives cookbook. And it's really simple and it tastes so good. Okay, so let's get started. First thing you need are 10 cups of apples. You're going to peel them, you're going to slice them and then chop them. Or if you just want to keep them sliced, you can keep it that way. But I like them sliced, so I did like slices like that. So you've got your 10 cups of apples. The next thing you want to do is pour in 2 teaspoons of pure lemon juice. Now, I did another video on making lemon juice and storing it, so you could look at that one. And you do that, it's like you're making the filling to an apple pie. And I've always used lemon juice with apples to make an apple pie or make an apple crisp. So you pour those 2 teaspoons on and you're going to coat it well. Okay? And then once you've done that, you take a half a teaspoon of cinnamon and put it into a half of a cup of your dry sweetener. Now, I just used evaporated cane juice. You can use whichever dry sweetener you would like. And then I did 20 scrapes of nutmeg, which is a little bit more than 1/8 of a teaspoon. Put that in. And you're going to stir these 2 together. Get out all the lumps if your sugar has any lumps. Take that cinnamon, nutmeg, sugar mixture and pour it over the apples you just put your lemon juice on. I wanted to also tell you the first thing you need to do is to turn on your oven to 350 degrees. Okay, now you've got the sugar and spices all mixed together. You want to mix them well. And once you've done that, put these apples into a large saucepan, Dutch oven, whatever large saucepan you have around. Just pour those in there. Because of the lemon juice and because the apples are wet, maybe wet, you want to get all the goodness that's in this, that's clinging to this bowl. Don't just leave it there. Okay, see that? I'm getting out all that cinnamon, nutmeg, sugar, lemon juice. Okay. Stir it a little bit more. And now, this is an interesting thing. You're going to take this, put it on a medium-low heat, and for 5 minutes until the apples start to release their juices. You don't need to add any water. You don't add any butter and stuff like that. Just wait. It'll happen. So I'm going to take it to the stove. And we're just going to wait for a few minutes. This liquid, you see that liquid in there? That's not lemon juice. That's actually the apples releasing their juice, and that's what you want it to do. Once that happens, you're ready to put in 3 tablespoons. I use whole wheat pastry flour, and you're going to put it in here. And then you're going to cook it for 5 minutes until it thickens. The liquid is now gone. You see how? Can you see that? You see how it's kind of pasty in there? What's thicker anyway. And so now that's exactly what you want. And you're ready to put it in your baking pan. Okay? So now you're going to put these apples that are not totally cooked, but just a little bit cooked, into your parchment lined baking pan. And you want to get all the goodness that's in there. Remember I told you, get it all. All of it. Everything that's in here, get it out. And that's how much 10 cups will cook down to. It'll fill a nice 9 by 9 baking pan. You're going to take this, set it aside. The next thing you're going to do is make the topping. You need a half a cup of unsweetened applesauce. And into this bowl, I have placed 1.5 cups of rolled oats and 1/4 cup of whole wheat pastry flour, 1/4 cup of it's the dry sweetener again, and in this case, again, I use the evaporated cane juice, using a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon, and then I did 10 scrapes of nutmeg. You then take that and you just stir it together. Doesn't look like much, and it's just kind of loose. So in order to make it that topping stick together so it'll stay on there, you take your applesauce, pour it over the topping, make sure that all that applesauce gets incorporated into that rolled oat mixture with your spices and your sweetener. And I think that's pretty good. You're going to take this mixture and you're going to put it on the top of this. The next step is to put it into the preheated 350-degree oven once you're satisfied with how topping looks on it. You'll use a piece of wax paper, because I don't like aluminum foil touching my food, and then a piece of aluminum foil, and put that over the top. Wax paper can go in the oven as long as it's covered. I've discovered that because I used it. I've done this recipe many times. All right, so that's going to go into the oven that I've preheated at 350 for 40 minutes. Once it's finished cooking for 40 minutes, you take it out of the oven, remove the wax paper and the aluminum foil, take that off, and then put it back into the oven for 15 minutes. And what will happen is that topping will get nice and crispy. Now it's just getting cooked. But that last 15 minutes, it will get a little crispy. And this is what it'll look like. Now I made this one earlier. I used a 9x9. This is a 13x9. So either way, this is going to be a much more shallow apple crisp. That one's going to be a little bit higher. Either way, it still fits. Those 10 cups really fit well. So I'm going to take it out and taste it because that's what I have to do, right? And this is an old Christmas plate. I guess you can, I'm telling my age now, because I've had this plate since 1976. I was sold by Avon and I loved it, so I got it. And I just wanted to serve our last side for the holidays on my old Christmas plate. And now I'll taste it. It's good. It's very good. A little chewy on top. Anything that I do, like if these apples are too soft, don't cook it as long. The topping is not as crispy as you would like it, let's say in a little bit longer. But generally, you are done now. So you can sit and eat it. You can either have it cooled, because this one I made earlier this morning, and the other one that's cooking will be nice and hot. So if you want it hot, then eat it right out of the oven. Not literally, but let it cool a little bit, okay? So that's it. The last of the sides ends with a sweet. For you guys, for my troopers. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you for all the support that you give me and the wonderful comments that you leave. I really, really enjoy. I feel like I'm getting to know you because I see so many of you repeat your comments. Repeat, not your comments, but repeat telling me different things about yourselves and what you've tried. I really appreciate that. Have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas, a Merry Christmas, and a wonderful Happy New Year. So we won't be uploading any videos for the next 2 weeks. I need to take some time off. I'm sure you understand. So don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to click on the bell so that every time a new video is uploaded, you will get the notification. And please have a wonderful, safe, and prosperous New Year and a wonderful, wonderful Merry Christmas, okay? So from Berta J's Kitchen to all my troopers out there, bye for now.